there, and welcome to another edition of Johnny Davis Live. We're here on this Friday, March the 28th, 2025. Have an exciting show for you today. We're going to talk about several things. Obviously, we're going to be speaking with our VP of Operations for the PBSC and the IKF PMT over on the West Coast. Mr. Rafael Mendoza, who's doing some big things over there. It's kind of like a makeup show that we're doing from the show we missed a couple of weeks ago because we've really been going 100 miles per hour. After I finish talking with him, we're going to chat a little bit about two great champions that we lost last week, Mr. Livingston Brando and the late Georgia Foreman, two great champions. Yeah, I just have a couple comments and things that I want to chat with about them. A lot of young folk don't know about the great legacy that both of these men left. But you know what? It was actually fantastic, and all. And obviously, a lot more probably know about George Foreman. All right. So without any further ado, I'm going to go ahead and bring up our only guest here today. I almost said our next guest. Let's bring up Mr. Rafael Mendoza. How are you, sir?
Hey, Mr. Davis, how are you? A pleasure to be here with you.
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm so happy to have you on today. We've been trying to, get on air there for a moment to chat a little bit and all. And our schedules has just been kind of crazy with all the things that we have going on. I want you to tell people a little bit, Raphael, about you. Tell us a little bit about how you got into this fight business.
Yes, well, it all started with me getting involved in martial arts. It all started, me taking my son into a dojo, me seeing other parents jumping into the mat, and then, I've always liked sports. I used to play soccer a lot. I still do, but that once I started getting involved in the martial arts scene, I fell in love with it, So, and then after that, competing took me to the next step where I got involved in organizing the tournaments. But it's been a life changing experience. Actually, I'm very thankful for that journey that I've taken. I'm very thankful for learning and meeting people like yourself, like many people that I met that have guided me into this path.
Right, right. Well, we certainly definitely want to talk a little bit about that. But I think that what I think about when I think of you, to be honest, about the commitment that you made a few years ago, right? About you had a job that you had for so many years, and you decided, you know what, I want to go for this full time. Tell us a little bit about how you came to that
Oh,
conclusion.
well, it was a very good job that I had with the LA County. I was a supervisor for Parks and Rec for the past 10 to 12 years of my career. So it was very sad. It was very exciting too, but I end up to make that decision where I had to follow my passion, and I had to follow that moment that I was feeling that it was the right thing for me to do. And there were people, talking to people like yourself and other people that I discovered that when one do what's best for them or think that is the best thing to do, you'll do it with happiness and you'll do it happily every day. And then, you continue to move forward.
Right, right. And I guess do it without regret. I had something similar happen to me about 15 years ago where, when I changed jobs or whatever, left that job and everything, I haven't punched another clock since. I just decided that I'm going to dive in and give it 110. It's a tough commitment when you got family, and everything. It's a little scary. Tell us a little bit about the fear.
Well, it was a fear, you're pretty much raised to think that you're gonna find a job, a secure job, that everything's gonna be secure, your pension, your monthly check, your medical, your dental, all those things. And when having a family, it's a lot of unknowns. But when you have a partner, in this case, when my wife, it's a big support, and she believes in what I'm doing. It makes it it makes it a little bit easier. Now, the not the fear, but always being aware of where my responsibilities have to be and what responsibilities have to meet. I mean, that's a big thing. But moving forward, not thinking so much about it, letting things flow in a way has helped me not think about that every
Right,
day, because
right, right.
it's like we are pretty much, it's a self-sustained business, and you do it for very, you do it for the community, you do it for the sport, and you do it to accomplish certain goals that you have as a person too.
Well, that was so interesting because you were not a fighter, right? And a lot of people think that you
No.
have to be a fighter to be a promoter at this. What would you say to people about being in this business and not necessarily having a fighting background?
Well, what I think is not necessarily having a fighting background, but understanding what happens to the human brain when you do certain sports. I think it has to do a lot with what I'm doing, understanding the accomplishment of a goal being met, um, but not being a fighter, but being someone that was in sports throughout high school and years of college. I understand that when you commit yourself to doing something and you accomplish it, there's a feeling about it. There's this accomplishment that makes you feel great. Now, when I mix that with being introduced to martial arts, I feel like even though I wasn't like a professional fighter, but getting involved in training with people that were gonna be pros or who fought at the USC got me a real taste of was it feel to commit to do a training camp, to actually go run in the morning, go train at night, and actually have that feeling. So I think that I made that transition pretty smoothly,
Yeah,
understanding more of the human mind in a sense.
right, for sure, for sure. Uh, Born to
And then,
win.
and then, yeah, and then I had previous background on promoting, so
Okay.
I was I was lucky enough to work with people that we did events, huge events, Hawaiian events, and 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 and
Ah,
music events.
yeah.
So that knowledge that I had, I just transferred to now what is my passion.
That was an important piece that you added right there. Really important because a lot of people think, wait a minute here, I want to be a promoter, right? But you already had some background and experience in promoting, and which is really good. I want to ask you about the name Born to Win. That is the best name ever. Ever. I mean,
Yeah.
anything, any clothing or anything that you have that I can get that I can wear with that on it, I want it because Born to Win is a phenomenal name. How did you come up with that?
Okay, so after I competed, and I felt so great about it, and then I was sitting on my couch and I was thinking about names because I knew I wanted to do this, and I was thinking about names, and then I used to get into a lot of metaphysical stuff, Joseph Murphy, David
Yeah.
Hawkins, reading. It was a process of finding myself too, finding where I wanted to be, mental states, changing habits. So it's just a whole range of things. So I was sitting on my couch and I thought, born to fight, born, and then all of a sudden born to win. It was just a second that it was I believe that words have a lot of power. I believe
Yes.
that everything that we say transcends and becomes a reality. So in that process, I thought about everything that I say I want to experience. I didn't want to say born to fight because then you're gonna be fighting all the time. I
Right.
didn't. I didn't want to say anything else, but I said born to win, because I believe from the bottom of my heart that everyone, we have all the capability, that we were made to the image, if we believe in God, of a God, that we have every capability of winning, that our lives are gonna be what we think about. So, Born to Win for me is more than just my company name or our company name. Born to Win it's a whole way of living. What you say, what you think, what you do, it's gonna take you where you wanna be at.
Do you think that the part of it, the psychology in your success thus far, that by starting with a title like that it every day is like a psychological process that just by seeing that, just by reading it, eyes seeing it, words, your ears are hearing it. Do you think that's like a reverse psychology type thing that you did to yourself?
Yes, I believe so. It's like a mantra that you keep repeating and repeating and repeating. It's like the music we hear, the movies we watch. It's something that we keep repeating and repeating and repeating. And I have to give prompts to my wife. She really got me into thinking like that, contributing to the name, contributing to everything that we do. Uh, and in that sense, meeting people like Ryan Hodges, uh, just it is what you say, what you think. It becomes your circle of life. It's like you're an average of the people you surround yourself with, and you're an average of the things you say to yourself too.
Well, 110%. You bring up a very important person to this piece. She's my VP of operations for the PMT West out there, and you guys have formed a family type bond over the years. Tell me a little bit about that relationship and what you guys have built over the last so many years.
Well, Ryan Hodges is like, it's like God speaking to me, meaning that, meaning that everything that you think about a good person should be, that's a
He's a good
that's a
guy.
perfect image. Yeah. So I believe that God answers our prayers. I believe that God doesn't really exactly tell you what to say or what to do, but he shows you in persons exactly what you're asking for. And me meeting Ryan Hodges, we have become very good friends, very close friends, and very good partners. We're like a machinery. Everything works at the same time and we make it work. He's a
Fantastic.
part of something great, I'm part of something great, and we just work together. I mean, there's words cannot explain. I just hope people can one day experience that when you meet someone and you can talk about everything and you pretty much it's like when you play sports. I used to
Right,
remember when I used to play soccer, I would get the ball and automatically I would pass it to the front where I knew my friend was gonna run and shoot it and score.
right,
So the same thing goes with Ryan. It's like we're in sync where I do something and he's doing something else that is gonna make us work better.
right.
So he was the one who also gave me the chance to be on this team. Then I met you, and it's just been great. You guys have
Nice.
been part of my life now,
Yes.
and not only that, part of the change, part of the change of our thoughts, our habits, everything that I've ever thought about. I think it's better now. It's much better.
Right.
So
Wow.
if
That's nice.
someone was to say that if someone was to say that if my life had changed since I started this, I would say with no doubt yes.
Awesome, awesome. Well, I think that's great. Obviously, love Ryan and Jackie and Daniel. They have been involved with
Yes.
this for a long time and bringing good people like you. They have good promoters that they're bringing in across the country. Certainly, you got my attention in your work ethic and things like that. And so we did several things. The PMT, the Point Muay Thai, over on the West Coast, has really kind of dominated the scene for semi-contact for several years now. Tell me a little bit about your feelings about the PMT and what you see it doing for the fight community.
Well, what I see from the PMT is that have created more elite fighters in order to go to the next step if that's what they wish for. I've seen a growth of schools. I've seen a growth of more students. I see teachers retaining more students. For the fact that that they are able to compete in the PMT events, and they have a goal, they have a mission, they have a end goal. So what has happened is just tremendously amount of a movement of students and teachers.
Hmm.
For instance, I have some students that fought with me on the first event, and now they're bringing their students.
Wow.
Now they open up a gym, they open up all these things, and they have their students come and compete with us. Why? Because they see the progress it offers for the people to grow. It offers a very range of things for a teacher to retain their students, and for a fighter to get prepared to go to the next step if that's what they wish. I mean,
Right.
it's just tremendous. The amount of events that we're doing now, it's just preparing those fighters to compete. And I think they can compete, but they also be able to resolve issues more in life. Most of the people that I
Mm.
talk about that they do martial arts, they tend to not to fight. They tend to deflect problems. They tend to not get involved into certain situations. So, we have something going on so great that it's affecting the whole community in a positive way. Remember, individual change becomes a collective change. So I,
Yes.
I believe with what we're doing is we're becoming a collective change to the good for the good.
Right. And sometimes it's difficult to focus on the positive when you have, haters and people who steal the program, who do their own concept and their own ideas. But overall, 99%, this is a very positive thing. It's a great thing for the fight community. And I think that we all are benefiting from it, whether they support us or not. The PBSC Point Boxing Sparring Circuit was another one of, I'd like to say, one of my brainchilds that came up some years ago. I have been kind of casually promoting it in some of the tournaments. You and I just came to an agreement though that we're going to partner on it and move it forward across the country. Tell me your thoughts, different from that of the Point Muay Thai, Point Kickboxing. What you've seen with the Point Boxing Sparring Circuit, the PBSC.
What I've seen with the point boxing sparring circuit, it's a good attention. They coaches and fighters are seeing that they're able to get matches. They're able to participate more. They're able to actually, execute all the techniques that they work so hard on their gyms. So in a way, our point boxing program, since we have given that attention, having their own mats, their own publicity, they feel part of something, and feeling part of something, it's very important. Feeling
Right.
part of something is very important, and the point boxing sparring circuit has given this all these athletes that were doing boxing like a home, like somewhere where they can come and participate, feel part of it. I'm very open. I communicate with everyone. I answer the phone, I text message, they send me messages. So it's a very close community, and we're growing every day. We're having events almost every weekend.
Right.
So that part right there, giving them their space, has opened another door for them to compete. Now we
Right.
want them to compete and eventually go on and fight wherever they want to be, is it amateur or professional. We actually have some participants already that have fought in our circuit, and now they're pros. They're fighting pro.
Right.
So
Right.
so a lot of them have found an avenue where they're ready to compete, and they're ready to take the next step.
What do you think about the people like those like in USA Boxing and others who initially came out against us? Well, they probably still are, right? But they came out against us and they tell some of their gym members or their members for the USA Boxing not to participate in our event. How have you been able to navigate that over in California?
Well, I say that by our goal is not to try to convince someone, but to offer them another option. And if we come to see, if I was a parent and if I was a coach and I had a school, or I'm taking my son, I would rather have him, test the waters first, go and try something that is legit, that is official, that is insured, that is sanctioned, and that we're taking care of the fighters, and then go on to the next step. How do I deal with the people that tell other people not to participate, or they're throwing hate at us? Well, maybe sometimes that's the people that we don't want them to participate, because obviously they don't have an open mind. I just present them the product. If they want to come and join us, it's perfect. And if they also have the right to keep a close mind and to keep their fighters just in one way, and not being able to have them come and try something else that is actually gonna make them better,
Right, right.
actually gonna make them better.
Right. Change
So
is not
when
always
when
bad. Right. I'm sorry. We have a slight delay here, so we're going to do that a little bit. But change is not always bad. Change is just different. And I think that the resistance to us is unnecessary, because we actually are making it better for boxing. We no hands down. We're making it better for boxers across the country, because before they have to step into a ring first with the possibility of getting concussed or getting knocked out. And today, right, we
well,
have
just look.
a sparring program for them that makes it a lot more safe.
Yeah, we'll just look at the what we've done with the PMT, and transition to the full rules Muay Thai and
Yes.
kickboxing. We have cards full of people that have fought through our system and are now fighting amateur, are now more prepared. They do much better. They go to other countries, they go to other promotions, and they perform better. That's the whole point. The PBSC, it's in no intent wants to imitate or replace UFC boxing. The PBSC, it's designed for get all the fighters from all levels, either stay at their level or become better, go to the next step. In PBSC, we open the doors for everyone. We're making a movement to try to be at the United States all over. We're crossing over to Mexico. There's a need for this kind of programs. There's a big hole between training and going to a ring that has to be filled, and PBSC and PMT and PKB are covering those areas.
Right.
We're not against nothing. We're actually adding to everything.
Right, right. Well, I think just the idea of just trying to say that we that, that we can't do what we do and all that, it's just nonsense. Because indeed we are growing. Excuse me. Mm. I'm sorry. We are indeed growing the sport and making it better for everybody involved. You mentioned Mexico. Let's talk a little bit about what your plans are for Mexico and why you see that as something very good for the growth of the company.
Well, Mexico, it's my home, where I was born. I was brought to the United States when I was 8 years old, and so I go back and forth very often. And in Mexico, I see that there's also potential benefit for the fighters to participate in our events. As we were talking to many of the people that went to our officials training, there's, like I said, there's this gap between the training at the gym and going to compete that has to be covered. And I feel that Mexico could benefit us. We can all benefit from this growth, where eventually we have more fighters coming up in a safe environment and being able to compete. So Mexico, for me, it's very dear. Once, because it's my where I was born, but bringing what we have in the United States and presenting that to Mexico, I think it's gonna make all of us better.
Right, right. How do you think we just recently last week went over? We did a seminar and everything to some of the potential new promoters and officials. How do you think that that was taken? How do you think that they accepted that or received that?
Well, before I go into that, I just want to thank you. Thank you and
Yeah,
Brian for
absolutely.
you know
Yes.
for going out there and believing in and you know in my dream and being part of it. So I just want to thank you guys for doing that. And what I see and what I hear, it's positive. People wanna learn about it. They wanna know more about it, and they wanna participate. We actually have a very good chance to be part of something great, especially with Mr. Oscar Fisher, who was in Mexico and
Mhm.
welcome us and helping us. Miguel Solis from Southern California, that is also part of the team. All these people see the potential of what we have and being able to put it out there and have people compete and understand it. Now, the people that went to the seminar and all the officials and potential promoters, they loved it. I have gotten nothing but positive comments about it. So I'm very excited. I'm very motivated to keep going. I was just talking to a coach earlier that we have the need to actually do seminars on how to compete on the point BKB and PMT and even boxing. I think there's a need for us to be able to do that and be able to learn from both sides, learn what they have, and also what they can learn from us. Now, when I say that we're gonna take a program, I'm not saying that they don't have nothing over there. I'm just saying that the merge of two cultures is gonna be better, and
Right.
it's gonna result in something great.
Right, right. Well, I think you did a fantastic job over there. Really quick before we wind down here, I know you got to go as well. Uh, what does honor and loyalty mean to you?
Well, those are the basic principles of a human being: honor, loyalty. Because the way you treat people is the way you're treating yourself. I believe that everyone it's a reflection of us, everyone. So and however you treat people, that's how you're treating yourself. So you can't say you love yourself when you don't have honor, when you don't have loyalty, when you don't have respect. So being loyal, respectful, what it seems to everyone else is being loyal to you. It's knowing what's wrong and doing the right thing even when someone is not watching. It's thinking about that every action has a consequence. Everything that we do has a consequence. So regardless if you think it's right or wrong, would you do that to yourself? That's the way I try and think every day. From not have I ever thought like this? No, it's a learning
Right,
process, a
right.
maturity process, you know. But now in these days of my life, I believe that the way I treat people, it's treating myself. So,
Do you
you
think
know,
your kids play a role in that, that you know that they're watching you all the time? Do you kind of imagine when you're thinking about anything or doing something or maybe even whatever, that your kid, what would my kids say or my wife say if they saw me doing this?
yeah, exactly. It's like the kids don't do what you say, they do what you do. So it's easy
For
to
sure.
say something, but you're doing the something different. It's not being congruent. And I
Right,
think
right.
being congruent has to do a lot with what you think, what you say. Now, are we perfect? We're not perfect. It's a conscious decision that you have to make every day to do the best thing. Now there's
Right.
gonna be ups and downs. You might mess up. You might say something. You might do something else. It's a process of learning and accepting that you're human. That every day I see days like this. Like every day you accomplish a level, but it doesn't mean that the next day you might fail in another level. It's
Right.
like every day you're creating this reality
Right.
that eventually it's endless possibilities,
For
endless
sure.
possibilities of what you could do or what you could say or how you can act. So, I see one day at a time. I really do one day at a time. And if I mess up, I try to learn from that, uh, and
Before,
and and and,
yeah.
uh, and move forward.
Right. Before I let you go, give people a general idea what we can expect now with you being VP of Operations for the PBSC and how we're looking at growing that. Give people an idea of what they can look forward to.
Yeah, so what they're gonna be able to look forward to is a more unified PBSC across the United States and Mexico. One website, quality all over the across the board. Being able to being able to feel that, have that feeling of belonging to something, being able to have quality events, rules meeting, having your own time, your own matches, being part of something that it's really great.
Right, right. Well, I think you've
So
done a
the
fan.
standard, the
Yes,
actually the bar, we're gonna set the bar really high, and we all have to follow it. You know, including myself. I want to make sure that everyone, when they come to our events, they feel appreciated. They have a very good time, and that we as professionals, we do the best that we can.
right. Well, I think you've done a fantastic job at already. We're just getting started, really, at building and
Yes.
growing the point boxing circuit and the PMT, PKB across the country. And it's people like you, Sir Raphael, that has made this thing flourish and made it successful, along with my entire team, with the Hodges and people in the Midwest and people in the Tennessee, people over in Florida. I mean, across the country, all on the East Coast. That is what making it better for all these fighters. And I'm appreciative for you, sir, for your hard work and dedication. I'm looking forward to our new venture with the PBSE and growing that across the country and abroad. Any final thoughts, sir?
Well, I just want to say thank you again. Thank you to you, to Ryan Hodges, and to my beautiful wife, Melania, my beautiful kids, my brother, Alfredo Mendoza, who's a,
Hello!
a big part of the PBSC. He's doing great. You know, eventually he'll be taking charge of certain cities and certain states. So I'm just very thankful for my team, Max, Brian, Kenny Finister, Alberto Sotomayor, Leticia, Ray, Alec, Miguel, Karen, all the team. It's not only me. It's a group of people that you know. I'm behind the scenes sometimes.
Right.
I like to stay behind the scenes, but it's the group of people that we have, like Coach Marlin, all the people that are part of the team. There's you know, I could say so many beautiful things, but I have a lot of gratitude for all of them. And once again, Mr. Davis, thank you very much to you,
Yes, sir.
and for the opportunity and for what you have created.
Right. Well, thank you so much,
And
Sir Raphael.
this is really important. We can never forget when eating a fruit, who planted the seed. And that's something that I think that it should be always very, whoever planted the seed should always get respect, should always get acknowledgement. And thank you. Thanks to Ryan, Daniel, Jackie, for giving me the chance. And like I said, my team, my brother, my wife, my kids, love them to death. Thank you.
Awesome, awesome. I'm very proud of you, sir. Let's keep it moving
Thank
forward and everything. I thank you so much for coming on another edition of Johnny Davis Live. Let's give it up for Senor Rafael Mendoza.
PBSE. Woo!
Let's go, let's go. All right, good job.
All right, Mr.
All
Davis.
right, thank you, sir. Thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it for yourself. They're having a nice chat there with Sir Rafael Mendoza. Guy's doing some great things out there. He's a good man. He's a good man. Most of the people I deal with are pretty good people, to be very honest with you. That's just the way I try to call it. I try to be a good guy as well, trying to help, trying to mentor and grow them into something really special. So, you know, I always think about, I was looking at Shark Tank. Shark Tank is one of my favorite shows. And in that show, this guy was on there the other night, and he was trying to pass along something for his son. It was an older Shark Tank, but in one of their reruns. And they asked him why was he helping his son, and he just basically said, "You know, I just don't have it in me." He was in his 60s. I just don't have it in me to start another company. That resonated with me, and all because I have so many ideas and so many thoughts. And what I had to realize was that, yeah, I'm 60, 62, soon to be 63 years old, and have a lot of great ideas in my brain still. I have some things that I've implemented, as you guys know, with the PMT, the PKB, PPSC. Those things are great and all. But the PBSC was something that I was kind of just just kind of just going along teeter-totter, teeter-totter. And frankly, I've been looking for someone to help me with that because here we go again. I just didn't have that energy like I have for the PKB and stuff like that to really dive out there and try to make it work. Not even the energy to look for that right person, but it just came upon me along with when Ryan introduced me to Raphael. I watched him for a few years and everything, and I said, you know what, this is the guy. This is the guy. He drank the Kool-Aid and all, and he's done a fantastic job. I think we, excuse me, as an organization are going to be stronger. We're going to be better organized. And I think that people are going to win. I think that fighters are going to win. Young kids who want to do boxing is going to have much safer platform to showcase their skills. We are a sanctioned and insured event. We're going to take care of our fighters. Nice awards and nice venues to do these things. It's going to do something for boxing that I've not seen. You can call it what you want. You can say that, oh, USA Boxing, they do what they do. Let them do what they do. Their goal is to win this country a gold medal. Our goal is to help people fulfill their bucket list. Our goal is to build more confidence and self-esteem through the sport of boxing. Our goals are to make better sportsmanship and better human beings, even, if you will, to show that they can take this tool not only just to become a world champion boxer, but they can become a world champion human being through this program, as we've seen with so many people in the PKB and the PMT. I know the PBSC works. I know the concept will work, and I know that it's going to be great it's already great. It's already changing the face of boxing. So for people like Raphael, who's drank that Kool-Aid along with me, I am certainly appreciative. Okay, a couple more things I just want to run through real quick as we, excuse me, wind down. We have our IKF World Classic coming up this July. Is going to be another great event, and Las Vegas, Nevada. It's the fight capital of the world. You guys get ready for that event. It's going to be a lot of fun. Hope you can get registered right now on the IKFFightPlatform.com or see more on the IKFFightSports.com. It's going to be held at the Westgate Casino. It's a resort there, and on July 18th through the 20th. If you have kids, men, women who are ready for that level, because I will tell you, at the World Classic, you have to step it up a notch. That notch is a little bit higher at that World Classic, but there's some great fighting going on. We have all the rule styles, international rules. Those are low kicks. We have unified rules. That's a 3 to 5 second limited clinch. We have modified Muay Thai, where you can sweep and you can knee and you can also throw. And we also have full rule Muay Thai, where you have elbows, right? But we also have the freestyle kickboxing, right, that we just introduced this year. That's with the shooter gloves on. Your fingers are out. You can actually punch, kick, knee, and throw in the freestyle kickboxing. That's also at the World Class. So you can see the divisions that are available for you on the platform at IKFFightPlatform.com. And don't forget, we give away, undoubtedly, the best belts for B and A class in the world, in my opinion. Those belts are beautiful, they're heavy, and the only place that you can win a belt like that is at the IKF World Classic, and that's going to be in July 18th through the 20th at the Westgate Casino in Las Vegas. Las Vegas, y'all, the fight capital of the world. We hope you'll get registered. IKFFightPlatform.com. We're planning for another great event. We're also looking for some super fights that we're working on. We just announced a couple the other day. We have little 12-year-old Creighton Chainsaw Davison. We have Mr. And I can't call his name. I don't have it right in front of me right now, so I can't call his name. But we have two great title fights that we're looking for certified titles on. It is absolutely going to be a great event. That fight is actually going to be for a North American title. A North American title, right? It's going to be huge, a 7-round fight. Be ready. Don't sign up for it. Don't ask about it if you're not serious. We're only looking for people who want to stand out and be that certified champion, right? If you think you are ready, step up to the plate, contact us. All the information is on our Facebook pages and our websites and things like that for the IKF World Classic Super Fights. There's going to be some more announcements coming up about those fights as well. I hope you guys will plan to attend the IKF World Classic in Las Vegas, July 18th through the 20th. couple more notes right here we want to make as we move forward. Now, as I was saying earlier, we did lose a few great boxers in the last week or so, and we've lost many over the years. But first, I think that I will talk about the guy who probably many of you know, Mr. George Foreman. Mr. George Foreman was a man who was he was a giant in the industry. You know, he started out in with this boxing career in a way that like a lot of guys, looking for to make more money and things like that and all. But he was a very strong fighter, and he knocked out a lot of people, a lot of people. But I just want to give a little tribute to this man because he was certainly an influence for me. He basically, because he hit so hard, every now and then I'm hitting the bag and I think about Big George. There's some instances on where I see him doing that walking uppercut, right? That I demonstrated. I've never seen anyone do that walking uppercut like that. It's crazy because, the idea of it is always that you don't throw an uppercut from the outside. But I guess you have to catch that person in the right position, and then you can throw that uppercut, and you can throw it in a devastating manner. And Mr. George Foreman, he was able to do that. And in fact, I think I might even have something here that might even show him fighting. Oh, uh, look at this. Look at this for a moment. Just look at this. Hang with me for a minute, guys. Just hang with me. Oh, oh, look at that big left hook. Oh, my God. Watch this technique. Watch this, though. Oh, there it is! The walking uppercut and the 1-2. Oh, Cooney was gone. Oh, 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 gosh. What a point. Watch this walking uppercut. Watch. Oh! That's what I'm talking about. Foreman was a beast of a man in the ring and a monster of a man on the outside of the ring. His personality, his attitude will never, ever, ever be forgotten. And this is just what I wanted to make sure that you guys knew who this man was and is. I mean, it's not just so much about the grill and the outside business that he did. It was also just about who he was. He was a Christian man. He made that very clear, and he put that out there. But he was about good, clean living, right? That's what we liked about Mr. George Foreman. So rest in peace, great champion. We will always remember you and that big smile and the joy that you brought to so many people. Rest in peace, sir. Okay, our next subject of the day will be another young man who we lost. Now, this young man here might not have been known by many of you, Mr. Livingston Bramble. Now, those of you who are old enough to remember that Livingston Bramble was a beast. He didn't have the best record in the world or anything like that. But I tell you, I mean, his record was something like he had a total of 69 fights. He had 40 wins. 25 of those wins were by knockout. But he had 26 losses because I think he fought kind of a little later into his career as well. But total 26 losses. But I'm telling you, this man was a beast. He fought Boom Boom Mancini. Ray Boom Boom Mancini was a really big name back in the day. He was a banger, really big banger. And all. And this guy would go in there, and we went in there, and he actually destroyed Ray Mancini. Absolutely destroyed him. And people lost their minds about that fight. Bramble had an impeccable defense. He fought really tight, right? And he punched like really short and all. And even I think that made him a better counterpunching. So he would kind of like catch you right in the middle of a punch. That was remarkable. It was something about this guy that was tough. Now, let me be very clear. He was a tough guy. Tough not only just in the ring, but on the streets. I mean, he didn't take no crap. He was they call him the roster man, and he lived that lifestyle. So let's be clear, right? He was, I'm not going to say the opposite of George Foreman. I don't know how he ended up, but I'm talking about when he was fighting, he was rough with the language, he was going in there to take you out. Okay, so that is just a fact, right? But we lost him on last week. Great champion, great talent, and we're gonna miss this man in the sport of boxing. I think we've missed him. Obviously, he's been out of boxing for many years, but what a legacy he left for so many people to follow when it comes to skill in particular. Mr. Livingston Bamble, sir, rest in peace. Thanks so much for all you do. And what we're going to do, we are going to go out today with a little clip that I found on Mr. Bramble as well. Let's see, can we pull that up? And you can kind of get an idea of how great this man was. This is Johnny Davis Live. Let's check out a little bit of Livingston Bramble. Tough guy. He said, back to here. Where did I come up later? He's a tough guy. As I told you, he's a rough guy. Look how tight that goes. Look at, oh, just tight, short punches. Oh, look at that. Ground ball. Oh, there it is again, fighting Bobo Mancini. Oh, oh, he just kept punching, kept punching. Right here looks like Aaron Pryor. He was mean. When you get to hurt, he was going to finish it. Oh, the guy was so good. Livingston Bramble, sir, thanks again for all the contributions. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I just wanted to give you a little head on Mr. Livingston Bramble there. That's quite all I have for you today. No, it's not, because I need to talk to you about one more thing, our big announcement that we just made. I almost got out the air without saying it, and I guess I'm going to have to put this on a separate clip. We announced our IKF Fall Classic that's going to be coming up October 3rd and 4th. Where? We're back in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, guys. It's going to be a great event. We're not going to be at the Landmark. We're actually going to be at the Sheraton Hotel there in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, October 3rd and 4th. The registration is going to open soon. It's not open yet. It will be opening soon. The Sheraton Hotel is a luxury hotel, just one block from the beach. I think people are going to really enjoy that. We'll now start putting together some super fights, some of the champions that you know about already. You should plan to attend that event. Plan to bring all of your fighters to the Fall Classic. It's going to be a great event. It's going to be huge. We also have the PBSC Point Boxing Sparring that's going to be there again, along with the PKB and the PMT. Not sure about BJJ yet, but we will see. That's the IKF Fall Classic Super Fights. It's going to be in Myrtle Beach, Saturday, October 3rd and 4th. All the fights are pretty much going to take place on October 4th, right there in that great new venue, the Sheraton Hotel in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's all I have for you today. I want to thank you for watching yet again another edition of Johnny Davis Live. We're so appreciative for everybody checking in with us. We want you to always respect each other. Remember, this is Johnny Davis Live, and I'm checking out. Take care.